What's going on, everybody? I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com. Today I'm joined by Tim from Buffalo to talk about his 2021 Ram. It's a classic. It's equipped with the 20 by 12 inch fuel assault wheels. It's a negative 44 millimeter offset. It's a very aggressive stance. Tires are 35 1250 R20. It's a crosswind all-terrain. And then making it all possible is the Rough Country 2-inch leveling strut up front. Tim, really nice truck, man. I love the white. I'm a big fan of white trucks myself. Tell everybody at home what you were trying to do with this setup.
So I was really just going for an OEM plus kind of build here. I use my truck every day. I work landscaping, paving, all that sort of stuff. So I'm always using a truck bed, and I didn't want it to look stock either. So leveling kit was perfect for me. I was able to do any type of off-roading stuff I needed to, which isn't a lot. Being able to clear those 35s was pretty big for me because Dodge just had those big wheel wells and stuff. So love my leveling kit, level 35s. Works really well for me.
Let's get into those wheels first and foremost, because again, this is one area where there's a ton to choose from. What made you go with the fuel assault wheel?
I liked just the black rim altogether, but I wanted something that was different than stock, but also had some of the same stock characteristics. I didn't like the dish wheel. The dish wheel was a little too much for me, and I don't know, I do load my bed, and I hear that those dish wheels kind of give out after a while. They don't handle a load very well. So this kind of gave me that structural rigidity I needed, as well as a little bit of I don't know, I like the way they look too. So kind of worked out well for me.
So you like the black. These actually have like a little accent of like a machined or a polished look too. Is that something you really wanted from the start?
You know, initially I wasn't trying to go for that little chrome accent, but I saw them and then I noticed a little bit of chrome on my truck. So I was like, you know what? These might not look too bad. So pulled the trigger on those.
Now let's talk about the size, because 20 by 12, obviously it's a wide wheel. On top of that, you got that negative 44 millimeter offset. It's a very aggressive stance, man. Is that something that you wanted to do from the start?
It wasn't my initial plan, but I just fell in love with the look. It works well. I don't have any rubbing or scrubbing or any trimming, honestly. So I like it. I dig it.
How it transformed the look of the truck from your stock wheels to now. I mean, in your words, is there any comparison?
Oh man, it's a world of difference, because driving down the road, everyone just kind of turns and looks at it like, oh, that's not normal. So yeah, it's just enough to set it apart, but not enough to take away from the functionality.
Let's shift gears. Let's talk about tires. It's the 35 1250 R20 Crosswind AT tire. Personally, I don't have a lot of familiarity with this particular tire. So if you would, sir, just kind of enlighten me a little bit more. What's your experience been like with it, and why'd you choose it?
So initially I had a 33 by 12.5 on the truck, and that's what I ordered the setup as. So that was a Patagonia all-terrain, I think. And I ended up wearing through those. I put 50,000 miles on them, and I went to my local tire shop and I was like, what do you have that's close? And they paired me with these. They had a 50,000 mile warranty on those too, and they fit great. So I have no complaints. Great in the snow, great in the mud. They're a little noisy at times, but I can't complain too much.
As far as how they drive, I know you briefly mentioned it a second ago, a little louder than maybe the Patagonias in your experience?
Yeah, they're a little bit louder, but I think they're more aggressive too. I mean, they are a 35 and the tread pattern's a little bit different. So I do a lot of highway commute now as I'm in college. They are pretty noisy on the thruway, but just normal everyday driving, not a problem. Just through the city, regular roads, not a problem.
Now, I did notice in your build page, you also had a tuning device or a calibrating device. You did, obviously, it looks like, calibrate your truck for the larger tires?
I did, yeah. So that was included in the tuner. I honestly forgot what the name of it is. But you're able to change tire size, pressure in the tires, and a bunch of other things too.
Nice. So now your speedo's like dead on, all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Could you compare the ride quality with these tires to maybe a stock tire at all?
Overall, I'd like to compare them as like it's like having a big bubble, how it is now with the bigger tires and the lift and everything, versus stock was more stiff and I don't know, it felt less shifty, if that makes sense. So the bigger tires, it has a smoother, softer ride, a little bit louder, but I would 100% take it every day over stock just because of the ride quality. It's way nicer, way smoother.
Sounds good, man. Well, let's segue into the suspension here. Pretty, mild setup, all things considered. You got the Rough Country 2-inch leveling strut up front. Why did you go with this particular option?
Well, like I said, I like the OEM Plus style in my build. So this happened to fall right in my price point there. I had a couple buddies that run pucks. When you put the puck on top of the factory shock, it does not ride very nice. It's really stiff and the rebound's goofy. And so I didn't want to deal with that. At the time, my truck was pretty high mileage anyways. So I decided to go in with the a rough country strut, and it rides like a dream, man.
Now, as far as with that 35 and the aggressive offset, I know you mentioned earlier, but no real rubbing to speak of, no trimming, nothing like that?
Ultimately, what I ended up doing with that truck is how the factory wheel liners are. They all come down and match with that front bumper. When I got the truck, the wheel liner was ripped. So I ended up just kind of like bending it up a little bit, and it doesn't rub. But on the other side where I didn't do that, it didn't rub anyways. So it gets really close. It's within about a ½ inch to an inch, but no rubbing, no scrubbing at all. I didn't have to trim anything.
So overall, man, you got the wheels, tires, suspension. How do you think it looks as it sits now?
I mean, it's perfect for me doing everything I need to do daily basis. You know, I might swap out some taillights in a little bit. I'm not too sure yet. I haven't found anything I really love, but overall, as the build is right now, it's the perfect daily driver. I love it.
Well, it's kind of answering my next question I had. Any regrets or maybe anything you would change with your setup that you might have done differently the first time around?
You know, I wouldn't change much. I mean, if anything, I might go a little bit less offset just so it's a little bit smoother on the thruway and it gets better gas mileage. But other than that, no, man, I love it. I dig it.
Nice, dude. Well, hey, listen, man, I do appreciate you joining me today. Guys, again, that's Tim with his 2021 Ram Classic 4x4. Wheels, again, just a quick refresher on his setup, 20x12 fuel assault, negative 44 millimeter offset. It's a very aggressive stance. Tire is the 35-1250 R20 Crosswind all-terrain, and then making it possible, again, is that rough country 2-inch leveling strut. Guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe if you like this content. And remember, for all things truck, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.